Hey, welcome back. This is video 5 of this little mini series. Basically, how can you jumpstart and quickly build a little lead magnet funnel with the thank you page, the opt-in, and now we're going to talk about the automations. And this is where the magic really comes in. Let me say this, don't overcomplicate things. And the easiest thing to get started is just take a few minutes and think about, okay, what would I do if I had to put this on paper? Somebody opts in. What do I want to happen? Well, I want to tag them so they know, so I know what they got. And then somehow I need to send them an email. And maybe I want to then follow up and give them like an email sequence, welcome sequence, something like that. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So let me share my screen here. And again, I don't want you overthinking it. So let's put this on the screen and hop over here. Now, the first little suggestion that I have for you is always create folders and be careful how you're naming things. And then it makes it super easy to find things as you build out your lead gen machine, basically. So over here on the left, kind of in the middle, it says automations, and that's where we're at. And then up at the top, workflows. Now, you'll notice that I have a folder here. And remember, I said I love emojis because it catches your eye quickly when you name things. So I just created a folder, and in that folder, I'm creating the automations for my different lead magnets. Now, you could create a folder for one whole project. So maybe you're selling something and you're doing a launch, and then once they buy, they get the course and all of that kind of stuff. You could package all of that up under one folder if you wanted, but this is just a pretty easy peasy kind of thing. So I'm just going to dump everything into the same folder. So you'll notice what I did was I named the folder with the year, so it floats it up to the top. I was trying to get it all the way up to the top. That's why I put the little one here, but the game plan one actually beat me to the top here. Okay. And again, if you click the little recent, it will kind of resort things. So let's open up this folder. Now I've already built this. I'm just going to walk you through how to build it. It's a very simple workflow automation. So I'm going to open it up. Normally you would click create new, I think. And the first thing is up here, you give it a name, whatever name makes sense for you. I always tell people when they're building out a funnel to try to be consistent all the way through and use acronyms. So I might, if I redid this, I would have done like a GP for goal planner. Everything connected to that, the funnel page, the thank you page would all start with the GP and then whatever it is, thank you page and so forth. It's just a little suggestion. So you give it a title. The second thing, and this seems to get overlooked a lot, but as of this date, this is best practice. Click on settings. And remember, we're not trying to learn everything about this program, so just trust me and go with my suggestions here. The first thing is 90% of the time I allow re-entry. What does that mean? Once somebody went through this flow, maybe next week they clicked on the button again. If you turn that off, they would not be able to go through the flow. It's my personal preference just to leave it on. Stop on response. You would use that when you were trying to get people to engage, like maybe every 2 days you're asking them, hey, do you want to buy? Do you want this? Do you want this? So you don't want to keep sending it to the people that have responded. But in this instance, just allow re-entry. And then the only other like 2 things you need to do down here, if you click on the little tag and find username, you are the user. The person that opts in is the contact. So I'm going to say everything in this little automation, use my username when it's appropriate. Everything in this workflow, use my user email. It'll make more sense in a minute. Okay. And then most importantly, just toggle this on mark as read, because if not, you've got all of these like miscellaneous things out there that you need to click red, check. You probably see that a lot, like in Facebook, all of these comments, and you have to go in and delete them or say you've read them. All right. So that's under settings. Now, if we go to the builder, now, depending on where you're coming from, this might feel overwhelming just looking at this, or maybe not. In a nutshell, this is how automations work. You need something to trigger the event. Okay. So think of triggering like a light switch. When you walk into a room, that light switch won't come on unless you turn the button to turn it on. Or you might have a motion detector, but you need something to trigger that action. So in this instance, what is going to fire off this automation? When people opted in for that form, okay? And if you click on that, and it can be triggered by all kinds of things. When somebody clicks on a link, or when someone responds back, or when someone purchases, or whatever it is. In this instance, when somebody opted in on a form. So in the drop down, we just look for the form. And then which form was it? This is the form that they opted, or this is the name of the trigger here. I like to be very specific that it was this goal planner form submitted, or you could say the goal planner opt-in submitted, however you want it, okay? And then in the filters, that's when you say which form is it. Remember I said those little emojis? So when you're looking, it's like, oh yeah, now I can see easily which form it is. And then we're just going to save the trigger. So that's what starts the whole process. All right. Then the next thing is you click the plus and you add something. Okay. What am I adding? I am going to the action. I'm going to assign a user, and which user? It's going to be me. Why am I doing this step? Remember up here, I said everything that kind of rotates around me, it's going to pull this information. I'll show you why that's important in just a minute. All right. So I assign it to myself as the user. And then again, just take a few minutes and think, okay, what do I want to happen when somebody opts in? The first thing that I want to happen is I want to tag them so that I know when I see all these people in my database or all these contacts, I know that, oh, this person opted in for this particular freebie, or this person purchased this, or this person has 20 tags connected to them. They must be a hot lead. All right. So you just click here. If you already have the tag created, you do that, or you just click to type and you just create the tag. All right. It's that easy. So, and you could put multiple tags at this point, though, it doesn't really make sense. So somebody's come into my world. They've opted in. They say, yes, I want this goal planner. They've given me their name and their email. So now I'm tagging them. And then what's the next step? Normally, it's just to send them an email. Now, if you watched my other video when I talked about the thank you page, you could build in a wait time here. So if I click the plus, and then over here, these are all the different types of actions that you could set up. You could, and things are always changing a lot, you could add a wait. And so what that means is, and again, I like to name my action. So I'm just going to say 5-minute wait. And so what is it? It's a time delay. There's different types of waiting times, but in this instance, it's just a time delay. And I'm going to say wait 5 minutes. And then I'm going to save that. And so now somebody comes in, they get assigned to me, they get a tag. I'm going to put in a 5-minute wait. That gives me a chance to talk to them on the thank you page. 5 minutes might be a little long, maybe change it to 3, whatever you think. And then the next action is I'm going to send them an email. And again, I like to be very specific with my action names. And so this is a super simple automation. It's just the email. But I could say something like email to deliver their free opt-in, whatever you want. Okay. So the action name only shows up for you so that you know what's happening. Then the from name. Now I could type my name. Remember up here though, I said anything connected with me, since it's assigned to me, the system will pull my name automatically, Debbi Starr, so I don't have to deal with that. It will pull my email automatically, so I don't have to deal with that. Okay, so do you see the advantage of that? And then give it a subject, let the people know what it is that you're delivering to them. You can use a template. We're not going down that rabbit hole right now. We're just super simple, giving them the goods. Okay. And then down here in the email, and if you kind of hover over the bottom of that little email window here, we can open this up. And this is the email. Quick little tip for you, short and sweet are the best emails and as simple as possible. Yes, you could put images in. Yes, you could put your logo in. You could do all kinds of stuff. But early on, those first emails, when you're warming up the list, warming up the server, it is much better to have plain text. You'll have a higher deliverability. Okay. And here I'm just reminding them, you're going to love this easy to use goal planner. Okay. And I might even make that bold and then click to download. How do they download or where it's at? Where is it? The easiest thing is just put things up on a Google folder and make the sharing attribute so that they have to make a copy and they can download it. And there you are. And then I have a quick little signature. I'll have a little PS with a simple little call to action. Hey, join, if you want more tips, join my free Facebook group. So very non-threatening type. You're giving them the goodie and you're good to go. Now, here where it has my name, down here in the user email signature, we're not jumping into that right now. But when you set up your Gohighlevel account, you set up a signature. And on that signature is, if I always wanted to say, take care, comma, Debbi Starr, and then underneath that, the unsubscribe link, that would be my email signature. So again, because I've assigned it to me, and up here, the settings, it knows where to pull that signature. All right. So technically this should kind of come up here, and instead of repeating my name, because the signature would pull it. Okay. Well, just a little tidbit, because some people say, well, why don't we just add the attachment? Two reasons. One, again, especially with new email connectivity, if you have attachments, a lot of times the servers on the other end are like, whoa, I don't know who you are. I don't know if I want to accept that. And also, you want to train them to interact with your emails. One, you want them to get in the habit of always reading them. And two, when you have links, you want to train them to click the link. So this is their first training, their baby step training. They may not realize it, but you're inviting them to get that download, but to get it, they have to click the link. So I never use the attachment. All right. And then just one last thing down here, test email. I don't care how perfect you think this is, always send a test email. You just send it to yourself. Make sure once you get that test email, click the links and make sure they all work. Trust me. I've done that where I could have sworn I had the right thing. And then when I pasted it, I pasted something bogus and it didn't work. All right. So always, test it. And then you just click to save. And that's all there is to it. Now, this automation, you could continue to add to it. So if I wanted, I could add another wait time and maybe wait 2 days, send them another email. Add another wait of 2 days, send them another email, and so forth. All right. You can just do whatever you want. But now that they're tagged, They're in your system, so they are one of your contacts. And when you look at your contacts, you can see the activity. You can see when the emails go out. You can see if they read them. You can see what tags they have, all of that kind of stuff. And you're good to go. Then just one last thing, you want to make sure that you publish it and then you save it. And that's it. So let me come back here and stop the sharing. So do you see how easy that was? So in 5 easy steps, we created the calendar. We created a simple lead magnet page that got them really anxious, like, yes, I want that. We created that little opt-in form. We created that magical thank you page to bring them closer to you and to kind of grease the wheels, train them a little bit. And now we've built a simple little automation. So it doesn't have to be overly complicated to use a powerful machine like Gohighlevel. I'm calling it a machine. This baby will run your business and allow you to really scale your business. So as I've said, if you've watched the other videos, jumpstart, then use my affiliate link. You get 14 free days, a free trial, and I'll share all these goodies with you. If you just want some additional coaching, you should hop into my membership. It's only $47 a month, or whatever it is, whatever time period you happen to see this. The price might be a little different, but I mean, it's like a no-brainer cost. It's like you've got me in your back pocket helping you every step of the way, because I want you to be able to scale your business. And as always, I'd love it if you hit the thumbs up and if you subscribe. And thanks for watching. See you later.